All right, we are officially live for another freaking episode. It's Michelle Churchill Dworack in the house. It is such a freaking honor. If this is your first time tuning into my show, I am so excited for you to be a part of today's show because the topic is all around something that each and every single one of us had started with when it comes to making money online, or at least I'll say 99%. So, this is all about how to balance life, family, kids, your home business, and your full time job without freaking burnout or without guilt. I am so excited. I have some tips that I am going to bring to you today that are going to help you build your business from average to savage by doing things like being extremely intentional with your time, setting timers, and committing to this business 1 hour a day. I understand that it is extremely hard building a business on the side of a full-time job and having kids and life and everything else. My name again is Michelle. I have been in the industry now for 4.5 years. When I was approached with the business opportunity of making money online, back now 10 years ago, I was a hard no for 5 years. Like, I was not open to taking a look. I didn't care to take a look. I will never do that. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't have YouTube. I literally thought people who were making money online were a bunch of stay-at-home moms, and maybe they made $100 a month and they just didn't have anything better to do with their time. So I was a hard no until you fast forward to a point in my life where I became extremely desperate. I was actually intervened by my entire family. I have 4 sisters and a brother, a mom and a dad, including my therapist, who told me that I was in an abusive relationship. My daughter was just recently born when this happened, and that I needed to file for divorce. My entire world kind of was struck ahead of me, as I was already the woman who busted my butt to work full time as a waitressing on the weekends, cleaning houses on the weekends. When Bella went to bed during the week, I would do hair because I have my cosmetology license. And I just graduated from college with my bachelor's in human resources. So I was working full time as an HR specialist as well. So out of being desperate, I was open to taking a look at this. And when I took a look at making money online, I was already kind of dabbling into supplements and workouts with a company, which was my previous company. And I really needed 20-minute workouts quick. I needed to lose weight. I needed accountability. So I jumped in and knew nothing about making money online. All I knew was I've got literally no time. I work 4 jobs. I am a single mom because I'm going to be going through a divorce. This was back then. And I've never done anything before on social media. So if that is you and you're new, or you're doing this, but you just don't know what to do, I'm here to give you that entire roadmap today, because that's exactly how I felt. But I am telling you right now that if you have a burning desire and you can catch the vision of this business, the rest is history. Because I ended up going all in with my previous company. The girl that I chose to sign with, I signed with her because she was more on the famous end. One of her sisters was one of the coaches that actually did the program. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be like awesome. And then there was little to no guidance, which is absolutely okay, because it's not our upline's responsibility. But I kind of just linked arms with someone where I didn't really know much about her, and I just figured it out. And that's the thing in this business, is everything's figure outable. Whatever it is that you're struggling with right now, there's something out there, and there's so many amazing mentors and free trainings just like this that are for you. So I found a lot of being intentional with my time. Each and every single one of us drives in a car, right? I want you right now to rip out a piece of paper from wherever it is, or if you're not near paper, I want you to go into your phone, into your clock, and I want you to set an alarm for tonight when you know you'll be home. Say it's at 8:00 p.m. I want you to have that alarm set to set sticky note. And I want each and every one of you to set a sticky note on the front of your radio that says, listen to the podcast. And every time you get in that car, whether you get in the car after the grocery store or you go to car pickup and you get back in the car, you see that constant reminder to plug in and pour into yourself, because that is exactly how I made it to the top ranks of my previous business. And then I have now made it to the top ranks of my current business. And you guys, I promise you when I say it's only because I was intentional with my time. Because between having Bella and working the 4 jobs that I was working and then diving into this business back 4.5 years ago, I was in the same boat as most of you. I hear a lot of people who tell me, like, I'm busy with my parents. I'm busy with work. I'm busy with sports. I will tell you right now, it will always be busy. Right now, it's extremely busy with Isabella going back into school. But guess what? I can't take my foot off the gas. I just got to be more intentional. I got to have that time carved out. I got to let Isabella know, listen, these half days, you need to come home and make friendship bracelets. I need to do my lives. I need to dive into a power hour, and then we can do X, Y, and Z. But it can't just slow down because it's busy. She's also on a travel soccer team. So there's 4 days she's practicing. I need to be intentional where I cannot go sit in that soccer field and have a parent come up to me and have a random conversation or complain about the coach when I could be on the other side or sitting in my car and working my business, which has paid dividends in my life. So that's the first thing you're going to do. In the comments, if you wrote that down, I want you to even reach out to me that you put that sticky note on there. And I want you to start listening to these podcasts. Number 1, subscribe to my podcast. Every single week, I come live with 2 trainings, Tuesdays and Thursdays, giving you the best tips and tricks that you can do to make your at-home business go from just average, but I mean savage. I have helped multiple people take their business from the ground and build it up into a massive, massive empire, all by simply doing what it is that I shared that I did. Okay. So you are going to subscribe to the No More BS Hello Success podcast. And you can find that by even searching Michelle Churchill. The second person you are going to go and listen to every single week's podcast is John Melton. He is a legend in the industry. He is absolute mother freaking fire. He happens to be my business partner. I am so freaking lucky. And he is so knowledgeable. He's been in the industry over 20 years, and he literally has some of the best training content in the world. And then number 3, the third podcast you are going to listen to is Simon Chan. So you have 3 podcasts now. Every time that you get into the car, you are going to be able to start listening to. And your team call that your team's having that you can't make it to, you're also going to have that on the sticky note for whatever day it is for the next day to tune in to make sure that you're up to date with that call. Because it's important to be a part of that stuff. You are a part of that company. For example, our company just launched a brand new collagen-infused shampoo and conditioner. I need to know about this so that when someone comes at me and says, hey, collagen can't be infused through the hair, I can say, but yeah, it can. If it's bio-based, it can go through the pores that are in your scalp, and I know what it is that I'm talking about. And by just doing my own homework and listening to these types of trainings while I'm in the car, guess what? Instead of the rap music or the country music or the love songs or the hip hop music, my brain is being infested and manifested with what it is that I want to grow into, whatever it is I want to grow it into. Maybe for you, that's a $500 extra a month that you want to be able to have for your car payment. Maybe you want to replace and pay for your mortgage. I have people come in and say they want to make 5 figures a month. There's people who just want 500, their groceries. What problem could this business solve for you right now? For me, getting started when I was on Medicaid and when I was on food stamps and when I had $60,000 in debt, and then all of a sudden I went out to the mailbox and my wages were going to start being garnished because I owed $1,000 to the government. I became desperate. Like, let's freaking go. I need to make $1,000 a month. Like, I literally could not have my wages garnished because I don't even know how I would be living. I would be living in a box. So I had to, and thank goodness out of desperation, because who knows if I even be here, I said yes to being open to this opportunity. Okay. So that's the first thing that you're going to do. No longer you are going to commit for the next 6 months when you get in your car, listening to positive podcasts and tuning into top leaders who are a part of your business. You're going to tune into them. You're going to listen to them. And I am telling you, you are going to watch your world, kind of like a tornado starting, just freaking go wild by doing it. And honestly, I've been in the industry for almost 5 years. It's what I do. I still show up every single day on my way to drop Bella off at school. I still have the sticky note for the constant reminder. And anytime I take my foot off the gas and step away from it, guess what happens to my business and my mindset and my attitude and myself? It's like this. Boom! All right. So that's the first thing that we are going to do. The second thing that we are going to do is there's some type of tracker that you have. And if you're on right now and you don't have a tracker, go into my free Facebook group. It's called the Mompreneur Goal Digger Group. Okay, it's on Facebook. My name's Michelle Churchill Dworack. You can find me somewhere. You can message me. You can say, Michelle, I want into this free group. And I have my daily method of operations tracker, which is how I have built a massive 6-figure business in under 5 years. Not just in one company, but in 2 companies. And the only thing that I did was I set timers, and every single day, whether it was a good day, whether it was a bad day, whether it was an ugly day or a really freaking busy day, I showed up and I freaking did it. And sometimes, guys, my power hour looked like this: 15 minutes here, 15 minutes 2 hours later, 15 minutes an hour and a half later, 15 minutes, 20 minutes before bed. It doesn't have to be sitting down. Most people who are starting their at-home business, and any legend out there like John Melton and Simon Chan and Ray Higdon, they didn't start doing this just because they didn't work. They did this on the side of something. So you need to catch that vision and realize that, because that's what I realized with my mentor, John Melton. Like, yeah, he's freaking a bad, you know what? He's amazing. But guess what? He didn't just have mommy and daddy be like, hey, go build an at-home business while I pay all your bills. He had his head down. He had a vision. He didn't go to college. He's been to jail. Like, he had a vision and he ran after it. He didn't care how many people told him no. He didn't care that his neighbor looked at him and said, oh, what? First of all, what you think people are saying about you, 60% of that isn't even correct. That's just your mindset telling you that. Okay. And that's just a quick sign saying that you need to listen to more podcasts. So even more, you need that sticky note on your car telling you to tune into podcast. Okay. And I already gave you exactly what it was to do. So now you just have to implement it and do it. And it might feel a little bit uncomfortable and you might feel a little bit weird doing it. Good. That's because you're growing. And that's a good sign. That's a really, really good sign. So you need a daily method of operations. Every single day you should be starting new conversations. Every single day you should be asking people if they're open to taking a look at your product or your opportunity. And you should be giving them an out. If not, no big deal. I think you're awesome either way. Okay, every day you should have content. If you're not using Chat AI, okay, it does content for you basically now. You can be like, hey, I was at the store. I mean, literally every single day, I talk about this chat.openai.com. It's free. I could be like, hey, I'm dropping my daughter off at a private school for the first time in my life. I can talk into my phone and it can create, I'm going to put a post up on Facebook. Can you help me out? Okay, that's too long. Can you shorten it for me? Oh, I like that. Can you add this? Literally. This is something you need to keep up with and times. So you need to have content. I did all my content when I first started because I know people will look at this and go, well, I work full time and I've got 2 kids. And we just launched a brand new department in our work and I'm so exhausted. And now I'm training 16 people. Okay, what does that mean? That doesn't mean slow down. That means that you freaking put your foot on the pedal even faster so that 5 years from now, when your freaking booty has grown a massive 6-figure, 7-figure organization, and you're getting residual income and you're making money in your sleep, guess what you get to say? I did this business while my company was doing X, Y, and Z. Or you can sit back and say, well, you know what? My company X, Y, and Z happened. So I pulled back and I quit. Because when I pulled back, I felt defeated. I started talking negative to myself. I started losing my momentum and I quit. And I see it happen every single freaking day. And you guys don't think that us leaders have bad days and good days and ugly days? People who have been in it for 5 years? We just keep freaking going. I remind myself of the days when I was working full time in HR and Isabel would be sick and I'd have to go get her. And then I'd have to go home and work my business. And then I'd have to go take my work home with me. And then she'd be crying and she was puking and there's laundry and I can't keep up. But guess what? I get to stand here and tell you that through good days, bad days, and ugly days, I showed up and checked a box on a tracker. But the problem is that people I coach and mentor, they're not being intentional with their time. They're going online and scrolling. There is no scrolling allowed on this phone. There is no scrolling on TikTok. Nothing ever. I do not care what is out there. I am out there to find someone that I like, who attracts me, who I can either ask, hey, do you want a product that's changed my life? Yes. If not, no big deal. I think you're awesome either way. If they tell me no, no worries at all. Like, guess what? I'm still going to have a conversation with them. And I'm out there looking to add to my network. Ooh, 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 ooh. So that is exactly what it is that I am doing. I don't give a crap what this person's doing, how they're showing up. I don't do it. Because guess what? It is factual information that is an addiction to be addicted to going through reels and stories. Why wouldn't you take that time and make extra money for your family? Why would you not take that time and make extra money for your family? Why wouldn't you take that time to go send out every 100 invites that I send out? I get 10 yes. Put in the comment section right now 10 if you want 10 new customers. That's how I signed up and enrolled over 90 new customers in 3 months. By showing up, I know every system and I know how to reverse engineer the system to reach a goal. Yet I have people who are like, I can't do it. What are you doing with your time? You guys, again, the daily method of operation, this is what I do when I sit down. Hey, Alexa, set a timer, 5 minutes. All I am doing for the next 5 minutes, I don't care who texts, who calls, nothing, the school. I am on Facebook. I'm going through my suggested friends list that already comes up for me. And I'm looking at each person. Ooh, she's got a kid, adding her. Ooh, she does hair. I used to be a hairstylist, adding her. Ooh, she's in Michigan, adding her. Ooh, this girl's like 19. Oh, nope, not going to add her. I'm doing that for 5 minutes until that timer goes off. Goodbye. Check the box off. That is what I'm doing. Okay, content. My content, I didn't even have any time to do this during the week. Literally, try life being a single mom. Like, I know that that's like might be hard to hear, but like my ex-husband was in the nursing program and then now is an ER nurse. And like even now, days like today's his day. I took my daughter to school 25 minutes away on his day so he could sleep, picked her up, brought her to her camp, and then he's going to pick her up after he's done sleeping at 4 or 5. Like and that's a couple days a week. He has her 2-3 nights a week max. And I get to see her every day because of this profession. Like that's the vision that I caught. Like there's no way I had to be in an abusive marriage. I have to go through the divorce because my therapist is telling me that now I have to split my child. So what I thought was, okay, how can I get myself to see her every day? I got a job where it has flexibility. How fast can I get there? Hey, Jamie, you don't need to worry about aftercare. I'll be there every day at 3 o'clock. Really? Yep. Hey, you don't have to worry about taking her to before care at 6 a.m. I will just take her the night before and she can spend the night with me. I'll just take her right before bedtime. Really? Awesome. I see her every single day because it was a choice that I made. And it was so freaking hard to do this on top of waitressing on the weekends, on top of having clients come in my house after Isabella was going to bed. And I was just so tired and exhausted and she'd start crying sometimes and wake up. and I had to go feed her, and I hadn't even eaten since breakfast. And then I'd wake up and I'd go to my full-time job as an HR specialist that half the time I was stuck in traffic. It wasn't easy. And then on top of it, I'd be doing power hours and trying to show up on social media, and people were like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Take me off your list. Take me off your list. Those people meant nothing. You know what? Every single one of those no's built me this strong business because of the no's. Because yeses don't build you. No's build you. No's teach you how to have a conversation. The last time someone told you no or no thank you, when's the last time that you said back to them, no big deal? May I ask what it is that's not a good fit for you? That person might be freaking broke as a joke. No worries. I understand. We do have a payment plan option today. You could do 4 payments instead of 1. Is $25 doable? No, like literally I'm broke as a joke. That's when I'm like, no worries at all. I totally understand. When I first took a peek into this, I was working 4 jobs. I was a single mom. I had $60,000 in freaking debt. I literally was on food stamps and Medicaid. Like, I literally sold my purse and a pair of shoes. I totally understand. Like, I help normal people like you and I make extra money. Is there any way you can get your hands on $30 and you can start this business with me? Partner up with me? If not, no big deal. You just planted a seed that could change someone's freaking life. But you're just sitting over here having a pity party because these people are saying no to you? They're going to say no. I get every single day 50 no's every single day, and my butt doesn't go to sleep until I get them. You have to be intentional with your timer. Your daily method of operations, 5 minutes. Your personal development is off your daily method of operations. It's happening when you're in your car. You already have your sticky note. Your content creation is every single Sunday. Or you're doing it during the week and you're using chat.ai. Okay, so your content creation's done. You are reaching out to, and you are setting a timer right now. Alexa, set timer, 5 minutes. I'm going straight to Facebook. I'm literally scrolling down like this, closing my eyes, scrolling. And the first person that comes up, I am loving on that person for 5 minutes straight. I don't care who calls, who texts. Okay, loving my happy place. Oh my gosh. Aww. I love lake life. Best mom. Oh my God, 24 weeks pregnant. Your belly. You rock overalls. So cute. And I don't just say it to say it. I mean it. Look for something in that picture. Don't look at just graining in on itty bitty stuff. Look at the picture and be like, what can I see in this? Oh my gosh, like a baby. Do you remember when you saw that baby picture when you had that baby in your belly? Do you remember taking those pictures of yourself? Alexa, off. Okay? The lake. Do you like a lake? Does it look nice? Does it look foggy? What does it remind you of? Next, a picture. Tomorrow morning, nothing changes. Nothing changes. Things are scary. The sky is so pretty this morning. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Like, what time do you wake up at? 5 minutes straight. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going, oh my gosh, like I'm doing that because you have in your daily method of operations a recipe. You're making a cake. And trust me, if I have 6 ingredients in my cake and you're only using 6 in your cake is going to taste like dog poop and mine's going to taste amazing. I'm going to be selling a lot more cakes and have a lot more people raving about me than you are. I don't care that you work full time. I don't care how busy you are. The people who have built this into a massive $1 million business and are earning millions year after year, 6 figures, 7 figures, and changing lives, guess what? They were probably busy as you are, if not busier. There is no more pity party. Are you in this or are you not? I'm in it for the long haul. What's the alternative? What is the alternative? Going back to working full time? Yeah, HR. Yep, I'll be there at 8 o'clock. Give me a 3% year every year. 3%? I'll struggle with my bills. We can't go here. Can't go to Home Goods and get new hair curling irons because we're living paycheck to paycheck. Can't go on that vacation, Jeff, because I already took 2 weeks off that time. Oh my gosh, Bella's first day of kindergarten meet and greet. I can't even go unless I ask for more time off. No. I have something that is right in front of my eyes that gives me an opportunity to have freedom. Okay? That anyone can do who has a dying desire, who is positive, coachable, and willing to grow. There There has been no one, okay, that I have ever not wanted to partner with that didn't have those three characteristics, because I am very picky about who I choose to work with. But when I have someone in my inbox who says I'm positive, I'm coachable, and I'm willing to grow, I'm like, let's partner up. Do you know how many people that we can help? A lot. So that's exactly, I set timers. So when I ask people, what are you doing with your business every day? Oh, how long? You guys set timers, okay? Because every time that I stop tracking my food, I put on 10 pounds. Okay. I don't want to be a roller coaster of up and downs anymore in my life. Every time I stop looking at my gas gauge in my car to see where I'm at, I run out of gas. Every time I stop tracking this business and how many people I reached out to and how many minutes I spent on content, my business goes in the crapper. And every time I just keep going, I do $30,000 in sales. My team's close to doing $100,000 in sales. So you cannot slow down. There will be a point. You guys, I don't even do this. Don't look at me and be like, wow, she's nuts. I do this full time, maybe work 5 hours a day, full time. Okay. This is back when I got started. I did this on the side of a full-time job. Hashtag down some money bags and some fire signals if this has you lit right now. If you are like, I'm ready to work my business, I'm going to Michelle's Facebook, I'm adding into that free mompreneur goal digger group, I'm getting that daily method of operations, I'm following her podcast, I'm gonna set timers, and I'm gonna do what it is that Michelle did back when she was a single mom, working 4 jobs, killing herself and working this business. And you guys, in this business, I never made less than ever $500. Not even my first week. Not even my first, not even my first month. I shouldn't say week, month. But my head was down. Okay. And I had the jobs. And I had things happen where like our organization shut down and it combined it into one. And I had to completely take 50 people and put them here. There was always something, and there's always going to be something. Because guess what's coming? The holidays. And then it's going to be at the busy time of the year with parties. No. You have your power hour. You commit to it. Alexa off. And your dreams and your desires will become true. And if you don't know what your purpose is, I want you to find a quiet place in your home. And I want you to literally have a cup of coffee, and I want you to write down what you want your life to look like. Because I already have given trainings on how to change your mindset and how to believe in yourself, because I didn't have any belief in myself. I came from a family of 4 sisters, 1 brother, okay, and myself. So 6 kids with a mom and a dad who, when I turned 16 years old, had over $300,000 in debt. We went to a school where we had support from the school for us to be able to go to that school, including lunches. I had nothing going for me. There are no prerequisites besides having a desire and being able to dream. I never wanted Isabella to have that life for herself. I want to be able to give her the life, the flexibility, the capability, the mom that's on the sidelines, the mom that's there for her, the mom that's not stressed and in overwhelm, because that's what working full time in corporate America did to me. It burnt me out. You can do this on the side of your full-time job, through your family, through hard times, by being intentional with your time and doing a power hour 5 days a week. That does not have to be a power hour sitting down for 1 hour and telling your kids to leave you alone. It's I wake up 15 minutes earlier tomorrow, get a cup of coffee, and I just completely smash it out on my lunch break. I do not sit there when people come up to my desk and start talking to me, or go in the cafeteria and eat my lunch. I go sit in my car where there's quiet. I turn the music off and I set my timers and I do my tasks. I get home from work. I put Isabella, when she's having her quiet time and feeding her snack, I set a timer for 10 minutes and I go do my tasks. And then after Bella goes to bed, 10 minutes, there is my hour every single day. That is how I did this on my own as a single mom working 4 jobs. If you want it, you can have it. Consistency is the key. And I'm telling you right now that you are freaking worth it. You might not be able to see at the end of the tunnel right now, but let me tell you something. I dreamed for 5 years, envisioned my child going to a private school 25 minutes away. I didn't have any belief that that was going to happen. I didn't believe that I was going to be able to pay for that tuition, but I made myself. I took my imagination there, and I'm here to tell you that yesterday was her first day of school, and I drove her there, and that dream became a reality. It took 4.5 years of grit, of discipline, of showing up and doing the do and having hard times. But guess what? I can stand here in front of you and say, I went through this and this. Not, well, this came up in my business and this came up in my full-time job and this happened in my marriage. And now I'm just doing nothing and I gave up. And I gave up on myself. And I gave up on my dreams. You've got this. Pour into yourself because this is a personal development journey with a mother freaking income attached to it. And we are so lucky and so grateful that this opportunity is out there for us. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back on Thursday. Again, I do this for absolutely free, just to pour into the world globally, to pour into you, to pour into myself, because when I teach it to other people, it helps me understand it more. I'm just a girl who had no clue how to do this. I've got a camera lined up, sitting on top of a wood table right now with a room light sitting behind it. Nothing special, a curtain behind a window. You can do this. I'm telling you, and you are doing this. Goodbye. So subscribe my podcast, Michelle Churchill Dworack. No more BS. Hello Success. Follow me on Instagram, Michelle Churchill Fit. Facebook, Michelle Churchill Dworack. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm live. They're launched to my podcast, and I bring in special guests. So start committing to being a part of this show. Go get your sticky note. Put it on your music holder in your car. Send me a DM that you did it. Tag me in your stories. Take a video of this right now and tag me in your stories at Michelle Churchill Fit that you are ready to take your business not only from freaking average, but to savage, baby. This is going to be the best holiday, Christmas of your life because you're not going to have to put it on a credit card. You're not going to have to wait for the tax return. You are going to have done it yourself by being you.